Technology during the 1920s. During the 1920s, Americans invented many new technologies. They invented so many technologies, including cars, radios, washing machines, and airplanes. These technologies brought about many benefits to the people, and they are still used to this day. One of the things that Americans invented during the 1920s was cars. Before cars were invented, people used to travel on foot or using horses. However, neither one of those sources was an adequate way of getting around. The invention of cars caused roads to be constructed. Instead of people walking around with all of those open space of long grasses and trees everywhere, they now had roads for cars to travel as well as pedestrians. This caused the atmosphere to be more organized and more spaced out. People still use cars to travel and go on vacations during the time that we are living in. People travel from different states, they travel from different cities, or just to go to a different part of the town. And to do that, they need something that gets to those places in the quickest way possible. Another inventions that Americans invented during the 1920s was radios. There was not much entertainment before the 1920s. However, when radios were invented, it became more than just an entertainment. People were able to stay up to date about what goes on in their environment and outside of their environment. The pressure of waiting for newspapers and magazines vanished after radios arrived. And again, today, radios are not as common as they were before because we now have television. And TVs, as we all know, does a lot more than a radio because a person is able to see and they're able to listen to and everything else. But nonetheless, radios are still used to listen to music as well as listening to worldly news. People still enjoy listening to radios today, even though it's not as common as it used to be back then. Another invention that Americans invented during the 1920s was a washing machine. Before washing machines were invented, people used to take a bucket of water, a soap, and wash their clothes by hand. That took a lot of time and energy. After washing machines were invented, house chores became a lot easier, especially for the women, because house chores were the responsibility of the woman in the house, like housewives. They had to wash not only their clothes, but their husband's clothes and their children's clothes as well. All of it through hand washing. You can imagine the struggle. When washing machines were invented, it took some of that loads of stress off of a woman's back. It takes less time for clothes to be washed in a washing machine than through hand washing. Washing machines are still used to this day in so many family homes. However, it not only became the women's job to do laundry, but the men do laundry and children do their own laundry too. Because with the washing machine, hey, everybody can do laundries. Anyone can do a laundry and have a clothes clean t-shirt come out. A final invention that Americans invented during the 1920s were airplanes. Before the 1920s, wealth was measured upon the amount of children and cattle a person possessed. But as the year went on and into the 1920s, children were not considered that way anymore. People started saving money for other things because children became more expensive. Airplanes were invented to make travel go a lot easier and quicker. Airplanes not only helped travel smooth in the army, but communication and mail delivery became a lot easier as well. People still use airplanes today to travel for vacations, travel for a job, move to try to find a different country to live in, or just simply visiting a family. Airplanes is a huge role in our lives today, and we still go out and travel all the time. So basically, to sum everything up, airplanes, washing machines, radios, and cars, they played a major role in the lives of Americans during the 1920s. It brought about so many benefits and positive impacts. These technologies listed above are only a few of the many technologies invented during the 1920s. People found their lives a lot easier because they were able to get daily activities as simple as doing a laundry done a lot quicker with no extra cost.